Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I'm excited to introduce you guys to a new watch brand, a relatively new watch brand. If you guys have been watching my channel for the last several years and you follow my content on a regular basis, you guys know that I'm kind of known as the Invicta guy on YouTube. And although I love Invicta watches, and it's to me personally, my most favorite watch brand, although Aragon watch is kind of creeping up, it doesn't mean that I don't like other watch brands or that I don't want to have other watch brands and that I don't have other watch brands in my collection. Sometimes I want to wear a really big watch, other times I want to wear a small watch. Although most of the time I am looking for something really over the top because I like the attention that it gets. It's not something that I need attention. I'm just saying that I just like conversation pieces, and I can't tell you the number of times people are like, "Whoa, that's a crazy watch. Who makes that?" And it's great to be able to share my passion with people. So that's why I do my YouTube channel, and I love sharing this stuff with you guys. Although you guys know that sometimes I'll review other products or whatnot, whatever I pick up, I want to share with you guys. Watches is my biggest passion, of course. And so what I've been doing, for those of you who have watched my channel, know that mainly I've reviewed in the past a lot of Invicta watches. I've reached out to several companies that produce watches that maybe not necessarily ones that I would like to own, but ones I think that are very interesting. Maybe they're not the biggest size, maybe they're outside of my budget, but I've been reaching out to these companies, and a lot of them have been very helpful in sending me samples for me to share with you guys. Now, I reach out to a lot of microbrands, and what a microbrand is, it's just a smaller brand. It's not as well known. And it's crazy, when you actually Google watches, it's hard to find some of these companies that I'm stumbling upon. Even though they've been in business for a while, they're just not the big mainstream names like Rolex, Omega, Invicta, Movado, Bulova. Those guys don't need my help in advertising. And they really, they don't, I mean, they're all over the place. They're all over the internet. They're all over the jewelry stores. You're not going to go to, Zales or something like that and just see something that you haven't seen before, And so this company I'm going to share with you today is a company called Visser. And Visser is a company owned by two brothers, Robert and Bob. And I reached out to those guys, and they were nice enough, very generous enough, to send me one of their brand new flagship watches called the VISSERWATCH. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Visser, I do encourage you to check out their website, VISSERWATCH.com. These two brothers basically were in the business of making fishing reels. And so they took that CNC machine technology and in making their reels, and they decided to branch off into the watch industry. And there's a lot more information on there. Bob was actually, I guess, worked with a lot of the well-known Boeing, Lockheed Martin, in the aerospace manufacturing industry. And then Robert actually, he came from building pipe organs in his father's shop, which was his own aerospace machine shop. And so what they've done, they've collaborated and come up with a really interesting watch. And I'm really pleased to share with you guys today. Now, like I said, I've been getting, probably over in the last couple weeks, I have a slew of watches back here. And there have been some very generous companies that have given me product for me to have and share with you guys and wear and review and re-review over the years. And this is just another company that's been very generous like that. And I'm really excited to present this watch to you guys today because it is a very unique watch. And now that I've shared kind of the history of where the watch came from and its design, you'll see the design. When I show it to you, you'll kind of see that, I guess, that theme from the fishing reels. It's you'll definitely know what I'm talking about when I show you the watch. It's definitely a watch that they would like to market towards water sports, fishing, boating, sailing, anything marine or water related, because that kind of goes hand in hand with fishing, So it's a really interesting story. It's an interesting design, and I'm pleased to show it to you today. So let's begin. The watch, again, they have, let me just tell you about their collections right now. They have the original series and their tech series, and on the website there's a heritage series. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's something they're working on. Basically, the watch is pretty much the same across the board of the ones that they carry. However, your original series, which is the one that they sent me, called the VS series, the VS model, comes in two variations. It comes in all stainless steel, or it comes in what they call their black diamond version, which is all black. And then, of course, they have their tech series, which actually is done in a 3 different color combinations. I believe you have your ocean blue model, your sea green, and your sky red. And basically, it's the same watch, just different color face, as far as I can see, okay? The watch, let's go back to, like I said, I'm reading some of the stuff off the webpage. Some of you hate it when I do this, but I'd rather present information that's correct to you guys than not. In addition, you guys know I like to keep my reviews very informal. I don't need to have any kind of fancy, company logo pop up before that. I like to keep it straight up 101 and let you guys know what I think of the product and share it with you guys. So A little bit about the watch. The Visser model is the original creation. It's the first one they did. Grown and inspired out of the aerospace and fly fishing reel design. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I show you the watch. The watch is all stainless steel with a composite lightweight sectional band that includes a quick change band feature, which is really, really interesting. I've never seen it done on a watch like this before, or any watch before. Very, very innovative, and it's definitely one of a kind. So as far as the watch itself, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the specifics or the details of the watch after I show you the unboxing presentation. Now, I've already unboxed this, and I've already sized it to fit my wrist, and I wore it the other day, and it is a beautiful timepiece. And these guys, Robert and Bob, I mean, it's very, very generous to go ahead and send me this watch, you know, to share with you guys. And thanks, guys, I really appreciate it. So basically, the watch comes, and I've already opened this up, of course. Pretty standard, you know, your standard cardboard box with your sleeve that goes over the top. It's pretty much standard on all watch companies that I've seen. I'm not saying that some of them don't do that, but pretty standard. You have your outer protective cardboard box in your sleeve that goes over the top, right? Got your Visser logo done in gold. Pretty basic, nothing really to write home about on the cardboard box. And you guys know I've always said in the past, I mean, it's about the watch, not about the box, right? But anyway, that's what it comes in, okay? It is a sturdy box, of course, so it's protected. Then, of course, this is where it gets better, okay? And you guys know I'm not a big, like, I don't get too excited about the boxes. However, when I did a review the other week about the Alexander watches and their presentation, Visser definitely has a wonderful presentation as well. Whereas, like I said before, you know, Invicta they're just kind of cheaper cardboard boxes unless you get the dive cases, which I'm not really a big fan of. But this is a beautiful presentation, a beautiful box that would look very nice on a man's dresser. So here's what it looks like. It's all hardwood construction done in black. You have a kind of a hinged, actually high quality hinges on the back, which aren't like the standard, you know, crummy ones you see on a lot of watch boxes. You have your Visser logo on top of the wood box. It's actually kind of cut out and done in gold. Then you have this push button right here, and when you push the button, of course, the watch box opens, and there is the watch. Of course, it comes with tools to size the watch, 2 extra links, and of course a polishing cloth and your instruction manual. Now, I will urge you, if you do get this watch, I would take it to a jeweler and have it sized. If you're very handy like myself, they do give you the tools to size. There are 2 screwdrivers, and I'll show you what they look like and what you do with those things in a minute, okay? So the box, of course, has this little door here, and that's where you can store your extra links or whatever. And then, of course, your pillow and this kind of ivory, kind of an ivory faux leather on the inside. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the watch. All right. So I'm going to show you just a couple close-ups, tell you about it, then I'm going to show you what it looks like in the wrist. Remember, this watch is more of a higher-end watch as compared to some of your entry-level models. Now, when I say higher-end, I don't mean, you know, $5,000, but this does have a little bit of a higher price point, and it's a very, very unique watch. And you guys know I've showed you watches in the past. Sometimes I'll give you my honest opinion, even ones that I own where I'm like, all right, well, this costs this, and it's not really too much to write home about. This is a beautiful watch, and nobody's going to have anything like this on the wrist. It's very, very unique. So let me go ahead and show you a couple close-ups here. There you can see that kind of, what I love about this watch too, it's got that deep dish carved, I consider it deep dish face. And you can see all that CNC machining where it actually resembles what a fishing reel, fly fishing reel might look like. You know how it has the holes in it? I'm sure I haven't gone to their fly fishing website or their real website quite yet, but I'm sure they have some reels that actually look like this. You'll have to check it out yourself too. Of course, you have kind of on the crystal, it is sort of domed, as you can see. Then, of course, you have your Visser logo right in the center there with this kind of chromed, almost looks like a button. But I'm not really sure if on this particular watch it goes all the way through the glass or is sealed or if it's just stuck on there. I'm not really sure. But very, very unique and interesting design. You see on the inside there, they have kind of right around the hands, they have this kind of, I'm not really sure what you'd call it, but it's something right over the hands. And I don't really know if it's attached or not. It doesn't look like it's attached to the face, but it kind of covers up where I guess the hands would attach to the face. The hands of this thing are absolutely beautiful. They're almost like very Excalibur-ish to me. They look like almost like swords. You do see it has a sweeping motion to it, which is pretty awesome. You have a little bit of lume on the hands as well, not on your second hand, of course. No, actually you do on the second hand as well. And of course you have your number markers on the inside. This beautiful CNC machine case and bezel. The bezel is non-rotating, of course, which you don't really need it to rotate for any purpose on this watch. Sides of the case. You get your case back on it, which appears to be a screw-down case back with your Visser logo. The band is very, very sturdy on this particular piece. You see the links are alternate between a stainless steel band and, of course, your carbon fiber links, which is actually really interesting. I've never really seen too many watches using this material before, or watch companies using this material before. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you also how the watch band connects. Now, sizing the watch, you have threaded screws on the sides of your removable links, which all these links are removable. However, you can only size the watch right in the middle here, okay? Because you need this particular piece right here to bring the other links back together. It's like a double female version, and you have your male and female links right here. So you have one side's going to be your male and then the female, and they go together, and you put the screw in there, of course. But you need to have this link in order to get it back together. So that one you won't be able to remove, but you can remove 4 links from this watch right from the factory. Now, the only negative thing I have to say is if you have a really, really small wrist, and they do give you 2 extra links if you have a really, really large wrist, which they probably had an average wrist size on when they designed this watch as far as what you can remove, what you couldn't. However, I have a 6-inch wrist, and I'm wearing this one a little bit loose, but you can actually remove 2 more links in this, and it would be snug on a 6-inch wrist. If you start having a smaller wrist, for instance, this might be a watch that, just because it's a man's watch doesn't mean a woman couldn't wear it. A woman wouldn't be able to wear it because she wouldn't really be able to pull out enough links unless you want to wear it a little bit loose, which is, a watch like an Invicta, you really can't wear some of those loose because they're too big. It'll cause too much pain on your wrist. Whereas this you can wear a little bit loose. And I tend to wear my watch a little snugger, but this one here, I wore it a little loose the other night, and I am going to remove 2 more pins because I do like to wear them a little bit snugger, okay? What else about the watch? And again, it comes with 2 more links if you are have a bigger wrist. The watch came with also, and you need these to size the watch, 2 screwdrivers, which are of high quality. They're not, they're not some crummy screwdrivers. They are very, very nice. I know they're just screwdrivers, but it's just all part of the presentation. They're quality, right? And what you do is you hold one side of the screw with 1 screwdriver, and you loosen it with the other side, of course. And just follow the instruction manual if you're going to do it yourself so you don't run into any kind of issues. Alright, now the other really neat thing is you might be wondering, well, how do you get the watch on? Very, very interesting design. What they've done is they made this double deployment band as part of the connection to actually at the case. It's on both sides, and what you do is there is a button right here on the side. It's spring-loaded, and you just push it, and the watch band lifts right off the top, like so. And that's how you put the watch on. Put it on like this. Now, depending on what's easier for you to take the watch on and off, it's going to depend on where you remove it from. That's probably why they put 2 on there, because I will say on a few, based on how I can move my fingers, it's kind of tough for me to get this off if I'm using, let's see, would it be this side, this side? So you have 2 options there. But anyway, to put it on, you snap it right on your wrist in place there, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little more close-ups of what it looks like on the wrist, but let me tell you a little bit about it. The watch, the details of the watch, it's made of a 316L brushed stainless steel, machined and anodized aluminum dial face, which is beautiful. I mean, 2 different kinds of material there. Snag-free, low-profile crown, of course, which is a screw-down crown as well. It is powered by, it's an automatic watch, which means it's self-winding. It's powered by a Miyota caliber 9015 automatic movement, which houses 24 joules of inside the movement. As far as the joules are synthetic rubies that actually allow for longer life on friction points of the watch. So any high-quality automatic watch will have joules in them, and you have joules in some quartz watches as well. You have a 40-hour power reserve on full wind, so when you wear this, it's winding. You don't have a power meter on it, of course, so you don't really know where you're at, but as long as you're wearing the watch or have a watch box with a winder, you never have to reset it, of course. Watch band, quick change, snap-on band headers, which is the part I showed you right there. Again, the band is 316L stainless and composite carbon fiber looking links. I'm not sure if they're actually carbon fiber, but they're composite. And then you have your screw-in link pins, which I showed you. You have the 2 screwdrivers in order to size the watch. That's about all they have on the website. As far as service and warranty on the particular watch, I have to tell you, they get right back to my emails when I send them if I have questions about the product. So you want to register your watch for the full 2-year warranty, which I'm going to have to do that as well. And let's see here. They will provide you with a nearest service facility should you have an issue, I guess in their U.S. service center located in Connecticut. So they do have service centers in the United States and in Europe. And once again, this watch is available, as far as I can tell, it's the exact same watch. If you want to get it in the blue, red, or green, they name each watch, you know, the deep, was it deep blue or whatever they call it there, or the black diamond model, which I almost asked them to send me the black diamond model because black is really, really popular when it comes to watches. But I think this watch is so beautiful that I don't think I really wanted to see it in the all silver. They were going to send me the blue one, which actually costs a little more, but I just thought for my purposes and my subscribers and my viewers, I think that the silver is so neutral. I think it really just it pops in the silver. But then again, you have options too. If you like the other color faces, those are also equally as beautiful. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like on the wrist. Of course, now I have about a 5 or 6 inch wrist. I'm about 5'7" and I weigh about 165 pounds. You can see how I have a little bit of slack in the wrist or in the watch, and you can wear this watch looser like I've done, so it kind of hangs a little bit more like a bracelet. You don't have to, of course, but I wanted to try with this because it's a little bit of a smaller watch compared to some of my other ones. Just a breathtaking face. I mean, it really has a style and class to it that is unlike any other watch that I personally have seen. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of the Aragons and the Invicta watches, obviously, but very rarely do I see a watch with something that's you know, let's face it, guys. I mean, there's tons of beautiful watches out there, and they're all nice, whether they're $100 or $1,000. And you know, everybody has a price point on what they want to spend, and everybody has different tastes and different opinions. But I mean, it really, really is a very, very unique watch, and I think it is a very, very classy looking watch too. And it's definitely the kind of watch that, you know, if you want to be unique and wear something that, you know, you're not going to have everybody wear. I mean, let's face it, if you're, you know, I mean, how many diesel watches have you seen? I'm not this on diesel. I love diesel watches too. And same thing with, you know, your Nixon watches. I mean, which is a fantastic watch. I'd love to get one for a review. But you know, I see a lot of guys, and I see a watch on somebody's wrist, and I'm like, oh man, what is that? Nixon, right? Well, this watch, I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody wearing this particular watch. So you're going to have something that's very, very unique on your wrist, and something quite classy and beautiful. Now, prices on these watches here, as far as I can tell right now, I haven't done a lot of research as far as the different places you can get them. I'm not sure if they're just specifically sold through VISSERWATCH.com. I will put a link in the description for any place you can pick this watch up, of course. But yes, you can get it directly off the company website. As far as pricing in this particular watch, if you get the original one, the VS series like I have, that is $769, US dollars, of course. If you were looking at the black diamond model, let me go ahead and show you that one there. Or I'll tell you, I'll not show you that one, I'll tell you about that one. That one's called the black diamond model. That one is going to run you, and I'll just touch on that too. And maybe down the road, maybe I'll be able to get my hands on one of those to review as well. That one's a little more. You're going to be it's going to cost you $829. Okay. That one's coated basically the same watch, but it's coated with what they call a diamond hard coating. It says it makes the watch virtually scratch-proof and offers a beautiful satin black finish. Okay, it's a nice-looking watch as well. However, I love the silver because that black on the back of the dial there, it really pops. You know what I mean? And it shows you actually what the beautiful face looks like. Whereas this particular one, the black diamond, is a gorgeous-looking watch. You really see the hands, but you don't see that beautiful kind of cut-out CNC machine face like you do on the silver model. And of course, if you go into the Tech series, here, sorry, some neighbor out there. You have your ocean blue, which is again is the blue, the sea green, or the sky red. And I'm just going to click on the ocean blue. I believe the price point on all these is the same. This one is going to run you for the Tech series, $969. So a little bit more for the colored watches, of course. Looks like this one has a blue anodized aluminum dial face and carbon fiber segmented bands as well, which is exactly what this watch has. So they have it listed as carbon fiber on this particular model, but not on the other one. I assume they are both the same. So there it is, guys. That's the Visser watch, the VS series by VisserWatch.com. The brainstorm of two brothers, Robert and Bob. Fantastic design, fantastic quality. I'll be re-reviewing this watch again and doing some comparisons and giving you, I like to wear these watches for quite some time and get to know them and see how they feel and see what kind of compliments, and I'll have to come back and re-review and share it with you guys. There's going to be a lot more videos too, kind of more of not necessarily unboxing or review videos, but videos where I kind of touch base on what would be a most popular men's watch, or just more discussion videos are coming down the pipe too. I'm going to record a couple today. Remember, if you like the content, subscribe. If you have any questions about this watch or where to, I explain where to get it, but if you have any other questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to contact me. If I don't know the answer, I will pass that question on to Bob or Robert, and we'll definitely get you an answer. So definitely check this one out, guys. Once again, there it is, the Visser watch. And I just want to get back and show you just a couple more shots of it from a little bit of a distance here. Just a stunning watch design, I tell you. Alright, well there it is, guys, the Visser watch. Now, before I close, I just want to say one thing. I forgot to tell you guys about the size of this watch, and it wasn't listed on the site, and they should add the dimensions on the site. Maybe I missed it somewhere, but I don't see it on there. So, as far as sizing on this watch, you are looking at, roughly, on case size, about 42 millimeters, and case thickness, about 14 millimeters. So naturally, it's more of your standard size watch as opposed to some of your over-the-top larger Aragons or Invictas, or but more of a comfortable watch. It's not going to it's not a heavy watch. It's not going to be banging up your wrist or anything like that. Visser watch, VS series. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember, subscribe to the channel. If you want to pick this watch up, click the links in the description. It'll take you to where you can get it for the best prices and best deals, or where you can even get it for that matter, which is always the company website. If you have any questions, once again, please don't hesitate to ask me. And if you have this watch, tell me your experience with it. Share your experience with the watch. But I highly doubt any of you have this watch because it's so new on the street. So once again, thanks for watching. As always, have a great day.